Okay, here we go. We are heading to our first National Speakers Association event. So it has been a hot second and a half since I attended an in-person networking event that wasn't a room full of internet marketers. The thing with a room full of internet marketers is like no one has business cards because we all have virtual businesses. But I'm getting ready to go to the Kansas City chapter of the National Speakers Association because if you want to do something, you have to put yourself in the room with the people who do that thing. And I know this, so that's why I'm going. This is the first event that I'm actually able to go to. And I'm really excited, except I had this moment at like 6:30 this morning. It's a Saturday when I'm recording this, by the way. And I had this moment where I was like, oh my gosh, this is an in-person event with like normal humans who don't spend all their time on the internet probably. And someone is going to ask me for a business card. And here's what I did about it. Okay, so the event was super fun. It was a really diverse group of people. I'm super glad I went. Shout out to my husband for watching the kids for like half the day on a Saturday so that I could go be a participant. There was a workshop and a speaker and lots of networking. The whole point of a business card is that you want someone to connect with you. You know, maybe it has a website, an email, a phone number. I don't know. That's not really the way we do things. I feel like anymore, especially even with speakers because of social media, right? So we really just want to give them a way to connect with us where we're already hanging out. And maybe that includes your email or phone number. And that's cool, depending on what it is you do and the type of people you work with. But I have this really cool thing already that exists that I was like, duh, that would be so perfect. I just need to make it really easy for them to get there. So I started with this link that I have on one of my social media accounts. It's for the Free Mama, even though I was attending this event more as Lauren Golden. But it's this link and it's built inside of ClickFunnels. There's lots of apps that do this that you can pay for, but I'm like, I can build this web page. And if you have a website, you know, think about where do you want people to go? What do you want them to be able to do? What's really cool about this is like, it has my picture, it has my business name, and it actually has lots of choices. But one of them in particular was the speaking interview request. Now, I was going to an event with speakers. That's the exact information that I would want them to have. I would want them to be able to see my speaker reel. I would want them to be able to see things about me as a speaker, but they could also kind of explore and be like, what are these cool things that Lauren does? What's her business about? Can I see her speaking on, okay, Free Mama TV? Like maybe I can see how she is and what she looks like when she's on video. You know, we have some testimonials on here. So really cool stuff. Now this already existed, but I just made a couple of tweaks. So, and then the other thing is that's really cool. If you saw all the way at the bottom, it has all of my social media right there. It has on mobile even, because I pulled this up on mobile thinking, okay, when this whole plan comes together, they're not going to be on desktop view. They're going to be on mobile view. And on, mobile view, it also has like connect with Lauren, about Lauren. So there's even more links in that version as well, which is pretty cool. So I was like, okay, what tweaks do I need to make? So I did have to add a couple of these in this morning. And so I did that by just popping over. Again, I build this in ClickFunnels. This is like the software. It's super easy. All I did was come here and like clone out the sections I needed. If I had a little more time and it wasn't like so freaking early in the morning, I would change my update. Our brand has updated. I would have updated my brand, which I'll go back and do later. But it was one of those like 5-minute fix. Let's get this kind of done really quickly thing. Now, the next thing that I did was pop over to a QR code generator. Now, I happen to already have a membership here, so it was extra easy for me, but you can Google free QR code generators. What's really cool about this is that I'm able to customize it. So when I come here and am able to go to it and look at it, I can make this color like my pink. I can customize it. When I go to download, it gives me extra fun things. So I actually chose this one that says scan me. And, you know, you can do all these different ones. You can make it as complicated or simple as you want. I was able to then download that. Now, here's the really fun thing. Lastly, I popped over here into Canva and I was able to open this up. I literally searched, by the way, on Canva. I searched like phone wallpaper. And so it gave me the perfect dimensions. I dropped in a quick border. I dropped in a photo of myself. And then even, I'm going to delete this so I can show you exactly what I did. Let me get rid of the border. I was able to drop in a photo of myself. If you click edit photo in Canva, you can take away the background. So that's exactly how I did that. I uploaded the QR code that I had downloaded, and then I downloaded this whole image. I went over to my Gmail and I emailed it to myself. I opened it up on my phone. I saved it to my camera roll, and then I made it the background on my phone. So I want to give you the little recap of how this actually went. So if I tap on my phone, you can see this right here. Now, here's your pro tip / rookie mistake. I actually did test this with my husband before I left the house, but because I exported this from Canva as a PNG, the back was actually black when I tested it with my husband. So you couldn't see the arrow or the scan me, but the QR code and the image looked super cute. Now it had the time showing up. Now you can kind of see it there, but it was like white when it was showing up with the translucent background or the black background, and it still worked. It picked up the QR code. Fun fact, got to the event, met this cool guy named Jason. Shout out Jason. He does cool stuff with LinkedIn. If you watch those, whoa. And it was a really embarrassing moment because I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so prepared. And he like tries to scan it and he's like, it's not working. I think it's the time. And I was like, no, I even tested this. But then I made the mistake of like finding the photo that didn't have the transparent background. So make sure you actually test it. What I ended up doing instead that still worked out perfectly is I just went back to my images archive and showed the actual original image that I came up with. It worked great. No clock in front of it. It was super fun. Honestly, it just made me feel good to go to this networking event and actually feel prepared and know that I had an easy way for people to get in touch with me. And also, I realized that even non-virtual businesses these days are really using social media to connect instead of business cards. Now, if you happen to be going to an event that is going to be full of your ideal clients, I definitely recommend spending more than 5 minutes at 6:30 in the morning thinking about where you want that QR code to go. Is there an opportunity for them to just go ahead and book a follow-up like coffee chat with you? Is there a free thing that you want to give them? The speaker at the event actually had a QR code on his presentation, and it led us to a survey about how he did as a speaker. So he's gathering testimonials right then and there. He's gathering emails. And as a thank you for doing the survey, you could get a free copy of his book. So there's some really cool stuff you can do when you're networking or you're attending events or speaking at events or anything like that using QR codes when you have a plan in place. So this was just a fun little experiment that ended up hopefully being a somewhat entertaining video that will add some value to you. But what's really cool is I put this whole thing together in 5 minutes. Can you imagine what you could come up with for your next networking event if you actually, prepared a little? So hopefully this was helpful. I would love to hear what you are using when you go network in person that is helping you feel confident and know that you can actually follow up with your connections after you get home from the event. Because if you don't do that part, you don't play the long game, you're not actually a good friend, not, putting good vibes out into the universe, then probably not going to help you very much as a business owner. Okay, I came back and finished it. Why do I keep doing that? All right, final product. This is not on a mobile device. Dun, dun, dun. New branding because we had more time. Cool stats. Places to go. How good does that look? Free mamas. I mean, come on. It's so much cooler than a business card.